said. Yet to lose a game.
Alright, Vitality on defense, FUT on attack, and FUT go for an early... Okay, just a one pass and fake. Damn, that's a nice recon. Goes over towards middle. And double stack on short is going to get a lot of action. Oh, Mr. Fallon from the bottom here. There ended up being a block of the dash. And then that gave him two.
And FUT are on their way to the A site, which is wide open.
So he's someone that, again, I want to highlight going into this matchup because I still remember going back to the qualifiers, Rebel Home Ground. This is probably his best map. They haven't been playing it. They didn't play it at kickoff. They didn't play it previously in the last couple of weeks. But this is a map where I feel like Mr. Fallon thrives. It's a map where if CNED wasn't playing it yet, I think we'd be losing our minds. Well, for now at least, for the side of Vitality to try and get anything in
at
this
least
round,
have a smoke over towards main.
On the A site. Both
Does
players
that
looking to come
take
from
one
above,
person out of it?
Utility that holds much value. You could throw out Timmy as a distraction, but you'd lose the element of surprise. Well, they're going to hear the player jump up. They're going to know that he's there, or at least have a decent idea. They're all trapped in a corner, but you still got to watch out.
Yeah, I mean, no smoke over towards main. I guess he was trying to save it for the after plant, but...
And we have got our first round on the board for FUT.
Nicely handled, and yeah, Mr. Fallen really takes the cake on that one too with a classic in the final with the Sheriff, building up some of those old orbs and building up the confidence. Leading by example is a big factor for some of these teams. You look at Navi, Angel, not last.
Block on that one.
But before that,
you have to do that, don't you? Yeah, every time. Yeah, like you sound like you're about to say something nice
Full
about him,
eco,
and it's always
and
just like,
we
yeah,
see
well,
okay, FPX pretty much.
Time before that, he was great.
We got three people that are allowed to die.
An insult, a compliment, another insult. He's also old. So 1-0.
Wow.
I feel like I know Angel well enough, but I'm gonna find out next week.
Right. He's definitely able to beat you up. It's just if he decides
he
to
feels
or not.
like it or not. Yeah. Oh well, hopefully not. FUT in a strong position.
Recon goes in towards side. This guy can't see it from this angle, and they clear everywhere close. I mean,
for the next round, they can still
could have been tempted to send it in there.
If they lose a player or two, the margins for error are fairly thick. You can still recover that Sheriff, and obviously pick up a rifle if it goes down, so long as you're only losing the two players. No more, and already it looked like we were about to see one fall.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that this recon didn't get shot, they were just...
And it looks like the B side's taken pretty easily.
Always kind of geared to just go into this. Again, it just cleared everything.
These players take some orbs as they go and probably not do that economical damage, or...
So they're allowed 2 deaths, which means that 2 people can hunt. So I'm looking at Mr. Fallon. I would love to see his gun get thrown across to someone else, and he goes hunting. But we'll see, because it looks like they might actually go for this a little bit.
Too long ago, is it has switched up some of the roles. It means that we've got Safe back on the Omen, which was something we were seeing a little bit through kickoff. He was on KO before, but also it means Kix is back on KO, and that for me is the more
want to try to trade guns with him.
I think that he works very well when given aggressive initiator utility.
He's going for it. He's going for it with the gun.
Absolutely fine. But give this man a couple of flashes.
Oh, he got another one in there. That's huge.
Goes up significantly.
They lose the gun, but maybe that one's worth.
True. The curious thing about this is,
how on earth did he get that second one?
You'd imagine it would be
so fast
with the Sheriffs, but it was Mr. Fallen running it down instead for his ult orb, which now he's got his ultimate online, the Hunter's Fury ready to rumble, but they are missing that Bulldog. It's a small downside to it.
Yeah. But what would you rather, a Turkish player with a Bulldog or a Sheriff?
What
That's true. Yeah, fair point.
What do we go for with this one? FUT have a good chance to snowball this. 4 rifles, 1 ult. Bit of a night messed up for Vitality.
So they definitely wouldn't rather the Sheriff, but Mr. Fallen is going to be left with that consequence of his greed in the previous round. But well, there's also a reward to be reaped.
Drone towards middle. That's the drone with the ult, so don't have to worry about that one anymore. Vision blocker short.
Pop flash from Kix already.
Wait, that's huge, the recon though. Yeah, I was going to say, with the recon, you could definitely be tempted to ult this. Oi. Oh, I thought that was, very good, man. Nearly got him after the dash. Dude, 1 minute mark, they could definitely chill. Like, they've been doing so much A pressure, they must know there's at least 3 here. Did that hit?
Shock darts are very dangerous.
Just on the
actually,
side.
only a few pixels away from taking runner down.
Yeah, this might be some good mid-rounding here.
On that site. And I loved what we saw from Mr. Fallen. I'm not a big fan of blind Hunter's Furies in general, even off of information. When I say blind, I mean not aimed at a spike, not with an objective to run down time.
And for someone who, sorry to give K-Corp a stray here, but for someone who is like wondering about like what K-Corp are lacking at the moment, K-Corp here would have carried on going towards A. This is the difference at the moment. Whereas FUT, no, there's a big stack here, no, most likely because they've done so much damage and so much sound that there should be numbers heavy here and they can rotate over towards B. But it's just like it was just a very good example in terms of the round, because I saw people asking about it yesterday.
I think having this
Timing.
position not ideal, but nobody actually checking for it. They've still
Even on the time. Guy's got a plant all up CNET.
6 seconds. If he can kill the planter, he actually wins the round, but he's unable to. They get that spike plant down, and the trades are good. It's left all onto safe. In this 1v2, both players on opposite sides of the wall, so he does have a good opportunity to actually isolate the
huge round. What a great start.
On the KO, winning a round with a 3K.
Yeah, and good cooling on this one.
Huge response.
We want to see.
They're 2-0 up, forced to take a lighter buy, invest into some rifles, even have the Hunter's Fury online.
Because it was so obvious that, I mean, it was so obvious they wanted to go this site, that the call to go the other side was just everything. Very calm with the low timing as well in terms of getting the plant off.
And on that defensive side, they will find it hard to hold their ground. Not only that, we've seen Mr. Fallen in the pistol round pop off, and Cracks yet to taste the relief of death.
Flash over towards middle, and we don't have anything on this. Oh, Omen.
They'll try to make use of these
up a little bit here.
But there's no one on the receiving
yeah,
end.
and it looks like they've seen this one before. Instant group over towards A. Drone goes in. Does anyone spam top right?
One of the teams that really brought that home. Seen it. Well, he's the only one who hits headshots in the back with the pistol.
Breeze game. Wow.
Yeah, he was pretty good with the ghost. Pretty good. And we are happy to see him back on the jet. Now this is a map where, as I said, FUT haven't been playing it recently, but it's been a little bit rough. Nice work though from a couple of the players. Even still, I don't think this round is going to fall apart.
Still, tell you what though, it's the right damage. The shock might hit him.
Has been tasted.
At last.
A little bit low.
Long as he waited. Yeah, safe. He will do a fantastic job to get even more damage out of this situation.
I mean, good damage if you're Vitality, but
and FUT find a 4th round, but. Yeah, Tom, despite the fact that it didn't look like Vitality were going to come out on top, even with the kill swinging their way, they've done a lot of damage in a round where they might not have been expected to. And it's kept things at least somewhat modest for FUT. It's not that the team doesn't have more cash in the bank, but it might have just taken one extra round of a full buy off of them.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing is, though, is even after the first 4 rounds, because the kills have been fairly minimal.
Odin comes out for safe, and it's over towards A, not the normal B one. And FUT might have just called a perfect round. They have a KO ult, yet the Killjoy is still close to this, and that is impressive. Fair play, man. He's just sprayed them all down. And they could just be fine with this. We'll see.
They're gonna get the res off.
Yeah, we've got to keep an eye on all the util to retake this, and UTJ is a big important person for this one over towards B-Min.
Good for Vitality.
Yeah, that's
did he blind himself?
Omen all over towards heaven. Doesn't stick it, but they're so far away that they don't know.
Instead of going around the corner, blinded himself. See, stood there with a nade in hand.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt that had to come out of an opponent.
Flash for UTJ. Oh my god, the flash was so good. He did so much damage on top of this. 8 HP for kicks. Recon 6, smoke to avoid the recon.
Leaving just 2
Oi,
standing
timing
from
off.
these positions, they've been so good, and the retakes just haven't been there. Safe now, retaking with an Odin. No surprise.
The most perfect call though. Odin over towards A, and they decide to rush over towards B.
Griefed with his teammates already going down. Of course, you have to wait for the Odin suppressing fire before you charge on in. You should know that. 5-0 for the side of FUT, and a very, very clean beginning to this map. They have that little bit of contention.
Yeah, this flash on site was great.
They have the flash out of Cracks here.
He threw the worst
so much
flash
value.
ever, and then a pretty good flash.
Yeah. But then he recovered, right? And that's what it's all. What? That's kind of BS, CNET. I don't want to see any more of that. But what the 180 tap through a wall. And the king of it. Well, Vitality now on 0 rounds, and their economy is shaky. They've called a timeout. They want a moment to collect themselves before this map really runs away from them.
One-sided right now.
No shame to losing to a
Denton the
Turkish
best.
squad,
Thank you so much with the prime.
when it comes to
Appreciate that
Ascent.
as well.
Icebox
Thank
up
you.
next,
Welcome
though,
in.
will have
And
to be
Vanilla
a
Smile
full
also with the prime.
proof
Appreciate that.
display
Thank you for the 3
from
months.
the Vitality side, if things keep up this way. You see Salah popping off
Thank you
there.
both of you for the support.
let them know how they can clean this one up.
I don't know if they would have expected coming into today for FUT to actually pick Ascent. I think
EMEA? Dude, there's going to be no one with EMEA 100% pick'ems at the end of this split. Not a chance. It's too hard to predict.
Deciding instead to go for Ascent, a map that has been a little bit of a struggle, but even an OT loss for Vitality on that map, you kind of think, okay, it was close, but
there already isn't.
Even
oh, really?
Still, FUT have picked, I guess, their opponent's poison. And it's looking very good for them on the start.
It makes sense.
Still an opportunity.
It really does make sense.
Vitality
okay, so low buy goes in. FUT's money is through the roof. We get a Bucky, a Stinger with no armor. And the good news, at least for Vitality, is they're going to have a lot of ults into the next round, especially if they get a few more kills.
This one, though, again, not really much.
But expecting some kind of aggro play again, just playing far back.
Probably going to have ults next round. If Kicks and Runner can get a kill or an orb, they will as well.
Must have seen him.
Saw a few well-placed shots. Some of the low buy rounds for Vitality, but more so towards the end of the round, fighting their way back through.
You know Zenith wanted to try and shoot him with a Vandal through the wall. You know in his head he was like, I could.
Don't think that's wall bangable, but I should try, just in case.
What the hell?
With 55 seconds left, Vitality have played this well by just sitting back. That knife is unfortunate.
My free time, bro, I just sleep mostly.
That utility was what I was going to speak well of. The fact that it was sectioning them off, allowing players to fight out of door. Well, instead, the paranoia comes through and they're blocked out. Nano even going down a little bit late, forcing teammates out of position. Zender falls, so too does Kicks.
All right, give me the next round.
Heaven is not looking very good. In fact, it's desperate.
Give me the next round. This one's done.
Just try to find
Look at some of these HPs though. A little bit unlucky to not get anything. Money gets outrageous.
Doesn't work like that. Nice shot from Runner. That will be his ult online in the next round, unless he decides to save, which I can tell you for now, that's not what he's going to be doing.
Look at the HP, Tom. I mean, most people will still tank one shot to the body. It makes it tough to take them down, but
I feel like here, dying to the spike is not worth it. Bladestorm guaranteed. I guess if he can buy in the next round, then
I mean, he can get an AWP and he wants to AWP.
Bladestorm anyway, but I still think it's just better to have it online as soon as possible. The one orb difference. Okay.
I don't think he cares about it. Next round he wants to AWP anyway.
But again, he's probably not going to be utilizing it, and okay, I guess Runner will end up just going down to the spike. I don't think it's going to change things massively, but well, we'll see if there's an opportunity next round for him to do something with the Bladestorm. Maybe we'll be calling it.
Give me this buy rounds. Well, they got ults.
Save the death statistic,
surely.
Tom, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But it might hurt the kill statistics in the next round.
Surely this is a round.
It will actually save your VLR rating.
There you go.
That's what it's done. He has improved his VLR rating by a little bit by not dying to a person.
Huge. Huge. The spikes rating just went up.
Let's see what they want to do in their big buy rounds where they need a round.
KD infinite.
Smoke on A.
Looking good.
Wait, are they doing the TP with the new flash?
This start, there's been a few little moments for Vitality, but I'm waiting for them to show up, be online, and this is the round for it. You've got an AWP in the hands of
Recon over towards middle, knife towards short. Get free info
if he goes down or claims a victim.
Turret's going to at least spot this if he goes fast enough.
For the AWP to be in.
Far enough even.
But he's got support. Or he had backup. We can just see on the map now. Sander slowly moving away, leaving that AWP isolated. Runner could be in danger if challenged. But Sander's coming back to hold his hand on that.
Okay, it's going to break this. They don't fit the ops here, but no one really goes aggro anyway unless they're trying to do that. Kind of know that it's there anyway. Omen Flash goes in, hits both the guys short. Dude, I thought Safe was going to go for something. Yeah, dude, he really wanted to take that TP. And we get a sight for retake, and Sender has his ult, so the plan is to fight over towards here. We need to keep an eye on the late Killjoy luck as well.
Now they're just going to have to go for the full retake. Now they've got a lot of ults.
Yeah, and they don't have ult, so they want to fight this one.
Very ready for that.
Yeah, the short players don't.
And it might all be down to this KO flash.
It's just forward looking at this
KO flash. Bossman?
But they actually walked into it. Walked into Sender.
Bossman, right click the KO flash here, surely.
with a way back
Didn't swing. Yeah, decided to all go dry on this one, and doesn't pay off.
Yeah. The thing is,
I mean, I was waiting for Krax's KO flash here. I thought that was going to be the one thing that actually wins in it. The little right click, everyone turns, everyone swings. Never came through.
They had pretty much all of their players waiting towards Tree to try and deny them as they try and counter their lockdown. So good shots connected by Sender as well. It's been a little bit of a quiet start for the whole team individually, so the fact that he's able to basically just defend that lockdown and give them the space into the site. That's going to be their first round onto the board. But as we said, there is still plenty of credits available for that attack to buy straight back in again.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you were 6-0 up and
Odin this time still over towards short. Recon goes deep on B, and
oh my god!
What? Kills the guy over towards short, and so the plan is that they op aggro over towards here, try and get someone on B, and then the two on middle are trying to take over towards top mid and make sure this guy can't get shot. Instead, Mr. Fallon manages to swing out, kill the guy on short, and then kill the double over towards middle.
To be fair, he was doing that. It was short. He would push short and just pre-fire spam through on defenders.
And Desp, mate, I'm sorry, but here we are.
That's a little bit more ridiculous
and
than
that's a straight up reset
in
terms of loss bonus as well. So, bro, give me this POV. What went wrong here? Smoke's late at middle, or is the smoke here at middle and they just miss shots? How does this guy kill the guy on short?
That's one of those rounds where even if you called a pause,
without getting at least traded.
Don't get spammed through smoke by a guy.
Okay, smoke goes in, and then I mean, it's a lovely smoke, and then obviously this guy is only going to be facing unless there's people covering his middle, so they all just decide to spam middle.
That's a kill with confidence, fair enough, but
yeah, you see this guy committed over towards short, you know that they're middle covering him. And yeah, I mean, this was nice, just wait for the smoke to swing. I would say that this guy here is a little bit too committed, because if this smoke goes in middle, normally most teams will like wait if there's no smoke, and then they can kind of face. So it's like, it's such a heavy commit early to just go like, yeah, I'm doing it.
So low, because everybody else I think will be about like
nicely done from FUT though, obviously. And mate, if Vitality loses this, the round is just, the game is just so done, really. I mean, the money's all right.
He deserves 3 assists.
Air flash. 3 here.
Bladestorm's not gone well. Kicks at least trades. They're still pushing. They're still pushing on the back of
the ult
Fury.
though.
Oh, it's worked out well.
Yeah, it's still not too bad.
And they've retreated. I was worried they'd continue to aggress.
They wanted to do like a late hit of, well, I say hit. Late bit of aggro on defense, and then honestly there's just a 5-person stack here. The idea was kind of nice. Force them back over towards here, ult this line, draw people close.
Either way, they've got the advantage in this scenario. That was the main thing. Yadoje versus Safe could decide the round. I think Safe knows it, but he has support from Trex. And now it's left all onto Ada Captain. Again, this man...
Another TP to Staz.
Maybe one of the happiest outside of the server, but definitely
I keep watching Safe, man. Safe wants to make so many bold plays. He wanted to make a TP over towards short. He wanted to TP Stairs here as well, but hasn't bid the bullet on either of them yet.
I think they've definitely heard him. It would be a miracle to get both players from here, and Sender is going to put him out of his misery.
Yeah, well handled by Vitality, taking the rounds that they at least have an opportunity to find. I like it.
Mint Q, thank you with the prime usage. Thanks so much for that, dude.
They want to push and pull it. It even doesn't go that well, like you say. Runner going down early. Hunter's Fury comes in just after, but they're able to find the kills in the end. And I think Safe did a fantastic job, the decision making, because he knew there was another player there. He doesn't want to isolate that duel. Instead, plays with the team, plays the numbers, and wins the round for it. 7-2. It's not a damning sentence just yet, and the half is far from over. Vitality can still get back on this horse.
Yeah, still, this is where now the ults flip.
Right, I feel like Vitality would really... Dude, I worry when I watch teams that never buy an Odin over towards B. Just so strong. That's why you at least want to do it once to just make them scared of B.
The due diligence of FUT. Nigh on perfect, and the amount of times we're looking at
we didn't use our we didn't use our recon when they were going into sight as well.
Themselves in an afterplant position, handing over to Krax as well, so he's going to get that null command online and be able to deny any utility for them on the way in.
Oh my goodness, a lot of this is...
Fury is going to be called in from quite
Yeah, and
far
do they think
away
that this guy's so
from
far
downtown,
back and
one
he's
could
the only
say.
one B main that
Opportunity
UJ
with
can
the
go
slam,
aggro?
landing
Yeah,
on
Recon
Cena.
on site
Usually
doesn't get
falling,
shot, so they get a
okay,
kill
there's a
here.
real chance for
And yeah, this is
Vitality. In
looking
fact, it
looking
looks
great.
like
Cracks will
they're
have to
pretty
do
heavily
a
favored. They've got
madness.
an idea where Mr. Fallen is after the Hunter's Fury earlier. They're just going to be holding this for the walk back out. No way, surely, for Mr. Fallen to repeat his previous antics, and isolating these duels is impossible.
All right.
Another foul
Ended
for
up saving the
Vitality,
recon
and
for the
comeback
overwhelm
is
on site, and it did work out. It got him a
nice
kill.
retake
So,
coming in from them there.
what do I know?
I think especially being able to sort of stay alive when everything was being disrupted, but the spam through from safe gives them the opener.
He got hit with the knife? Oh, okay,
it
makes
almost
sense.
becomes a little bit of a domino effect. It's the dart into the kill.
Mini, thank you so much as well. 23, one away from the 2 years. Thanks for all the support, dude.
But Vitality do well. 3 to 7, still a long way back. And again, the finances aren't even close to being broken over on FUT side. They could buy for another round.
I think you heard it from Salah as well in that replay from the coach cam. We're getting there.
And looks like we are doing the fast mid with the TP, and then last time they interacted over towards A, but this time they have an op waiting. Lovely. Yeah, this was nice. We mixed up the recon on this one. Earlier we did the recon here, this one we did the recon closer. Yeah, instant reaction.
Oh, nice trade back by Cracks through the smoke, but it's only one.
Okay.
It's still a 3v4.
Yeah, again, once the advantage
Sender gets a kill.
Vitality's favor, that's normally when these retakes
Jojo.
start to swing back. Interestingly, CNET is still...
You're a bold man. Look at this plant.
Oh, he does have his Blade Storm if he needs it.
What's the timing like on this?
Try and get a little bit of info with this dart just over the corner. Paranoia already sent through, and we'll leave a couple of players blind. They've got to be careful of the door safe. Already picking off one through it. CNET so low on HP is left onto Cracks.
Oh, nice retakes in
the
the
end. He does
end.
what he can. 3 kills.
The retakes have been good in the past rounds.
To climb back into each of these rounds.
Not entirely sure what happened to the dart, I'll be honest.
They only needed to warm up towards the end of it. FUT were 6-0 up. It
just carried on flying, it didn't hit anything? Oh, really? Yeah, I was looking on the minimap waiting for it, I didn't see it. I was wondering if it got shot like insta.
Tight game, or people saying that it's going to be dominantly in favor of FUT. We do have the Turkish casters here this week, so I think you can guess who gave me those perspectives. But I was leaning towards the FUT side as well. I think this squad is just one of the best in the world. I was surprised to see them not make it to Madrid, and I think they were too. They've put in the work to get even better since then, and for Vitality, it's a massive challenge. But they've shown up 4 out of the last 5 rounds, and a chance now to put it at a 7-5 half when they swap over to the attack. Again, I'm still going to favor FUT to close out this map. It is Ascent after all, but it's good to see some fight in Vitality, if not early on. But
Killjoy ult for the retake. We've got no ults on attack, so if Vitality can get 5, double stack on short.
Aggression from Safe in the last round. CNET looking to just do this.
Safe has been waiting to use this Odin on short
somewhat on the other
for
side
a
of the
long
map.
time.
He's going to have to fall back. Again, we're going to see this aggressive positioning from Runner. He hasn't had the best of starts to this match, and normally on the defense is where you do see your Jet put up numbers. It's the attack that can be much more troublesome. Oh, he's about to be pressured. That first shot should be easy, and I don't think they're going to get him on the follow-up. No, he'll escape and even go back for a little more.
The turret's going back online now, but it's not going to do much. Yeah, there's a player in main.
There's
I think
no
they already
smokes.
knew that. Making their way down. You're not going to see the nano destroyed either.
Oh, yeah, there's a lovely recon again. Dude, these darts on the retakes, or when they're heading over towards site, it's just getting so much. Got to keep an eye on this guy, yeah. So they're going to go middle, no one to spot the middle, and honestly, they're still going to make a plan for short though, that's the thing. So we might have the luck of KO going up short. Still got a nade? We still have a nade, but he can just stay short and go for a hero nade, you would imagine.
We heard it in the interview earlier. This is something, these positions and these disadvantages where you have to take risks.
Yeah, the steps are going to be hard, but it seems like they're already checking for these aggressive positions. Well cleared by kicks and Bahada Captain. Not the corner you want to be trying to clear.
Oh, they took down the Killjoy ult, but at what cost?
This would have to be the best of them. The flash through is already going to be pinged up a second.
Dude, the what?
Manages to land the headshot onto Trex though.
No.
Definitely making things interesting. I think he's already heard the steps of them getting a little closer. Another one found for Cracks. And on 11 HP, he's got to be so careful here. Fragment to try and clear onto the spike. It's just not the shots being connected at the moment by Runner. That shorty really isn't doing it, and he's going to have to try and break that door.
Oh my god, he hits him. He's won.
He's coming out with that operator, but I think at this point...
No way he wins this, bro.
Not even scared of it. He'll get
Doesn't matter, dude. That's insane that he wins that.
The round in the Red Bull clutch.
At the start of that engagement, he was 21 HP.
Yeah,
he got
bro.
tagged twice by
hell?
the shorty. Both barrels tasted his skin.
3 on site, 1v3. They know where he is. He's 60 HP.
Going into that, I said he's always good for 3.
Dude, the second shot was insane, not this one.
3 kills and then dies and
This
still
one.
wins. It's
Wait.
just ridiculous.
That one. What the?
I don't know
Guy's
how
still
as
running.
well, because I look at those fights and there are 2 players facing him. Not here because it was a 2v1, but up until then, they always had backup. They always had a second guy, and they could not deal with him. The smiles on Foot's face.
He's wondering what the hell they're doing. How's he won this?
At the end of the half, 8-4. They've got double the rounds of vitality, and definitely got the momentum on their side in the start of this map. Of vitality,
In terms of the pistols,
crept
one.
up on them
No.
in the end. See how this pistol goes. It could put that attacking side back in the game.
Yeah, they're somewhat needing it as well. Fighting back from 10-4, seen it on defense.
Right here.
And also maybe Mr. Fallen.
3-person hold for FUT on this one with alarm bot. Alarm bot into flash. Oh no, it all went wrong. He went to smoke aim in.
Completely surrounded here. Support not really there, at least for now. Yedajay, well, he's completely blinded by the flash from Kicks. And why in the 3 versus 5? Expectations are that Vitality have this one. A couple of good trades, making things at least a little bit closer. Cnet's still standing and healthy, but he's now left alone. 3 players to find.
Wisely thinks there could be somebody trying to creep their way up behind, but, well, that's cleared out. He'll instead use this new position to try to catch them off guard, but more than ready for the fight. The right click.
Hey, nicely done. Runner did great on this one as well. Alarm bot goes in just as the alarm bot gets triggered. The guy went to smoke main, and it's meant to be alarm bot into Omen flash into recon
I don't
on
expect the
short.
side of FUT to
Double
go in for a
swing, but
force. An 8-6. That looks like a much more manageable score.
They need a force though.
yeah, a little bit unlucky in terms of timing for FUT here. 1-1 pistol, yeah. Nixon 7 with the prime. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that. Welcome into the Slug Club, dude.
You're forgetting about Cnet's Marshall as well.
Thanks for the support, mate. Okay, Marshall just takes, well, I say take turns. It's a little bit harder on defense to do this, but we'll see.
This also helps their economy a little bit, but if they're with them saving 1 gun, they can buy up with another in the next.
Yeah, they're allowed 1 death. Honestly, they're allowed 2.
FUT are definitely a team to fear in these second rounds. Especially that man. But I will say,
We know when they're going to change the map pool? Nah, not really.
Seem to affect Liquid.
Telling you, the Omen ult that they changed the other day is for the new map, so I really think we get a new map in like 12 days or whatever it is. Is that right? Is that when the season ends?
But they did still manage one with that Marshall. For now, though, it's a stack up on the ace.
I don't even know when the season ends.
Leaving Cracks alone.
Is it even called a season?
A lot of teams will do this.
What's it even called, man? Need to load up the game again.
Or in this case, a KO alone, so that he can keep doing what he's doing. Every time the knife refreshes, throws it into B main, they can go a little bit more on the gamble.
Great flash. This has completely wrecked the plan from the side of FUT. Everybody was isolated, and now everyone's dead.
Clean up.
Just
1 armor rebuy.
1 versus 4. A classic.
That's the only thing at the moment because the Ghost is lost. Okay, that's a gun rebuy.
That's the first of 4. 3 more to go. And
Only the Stinger though.
His chances go down. They know roughly where he is. He's got to break open that door. If he's have any chance. They are going to break it for him. At least get it very, very low. And now the Marshall comes back out, but the smoke in play. Okay, reposition again. Try to get the sight line. This guy isn't in a rush.
You think we don't get a new map?
We'll
get a new map.
Well, Cracks knows the chances of him
Not sure we need it.
Low, but after all,
love them to just rework the actual maps. Or maybe we do need a new map and they just start deleting some of these other maps because Icebox and Breeze, if they Icebox and Breeze, if they never came back, it's so fine with me.
This guy is always reliable for a couple, maybe not the triple this time, Tom, but
when he has a gun, when he has a gun. That's the thing, though. Again, they had themselves 3 rifles in that round. The main goal is to keep 3 players alive, so you get all the rifles. Didn't happen. They've lost 1 at least in this scenario. Kicks those times away, I think is a great sign. As said,
end up doing a good amount of damage though, really. So 1 gun can't rebuy, so it's at least something.
And right now he's 11-11-11.
Consistent, if nothing else.
Making sure they can have a better buy for next. Safe takes a little bit of a hit though.
Maybe not as good as Craxus, but And the best part about that, what we saw earlier from Cracks, was his utility has actually
big run for FUT, and we are fast sending it over towards middle. Recon goes and clears out towards A, so they might really bite on this. Yeah, the fake of the B. Big Joe. Uh-oh, that's an empty site, because again, a Recon landed where this X was, and it cleared out all at A, so the heavy rotate with the people going towards middle came in.
Should be there in time. Drone actually being used up close, and I don't know if it's actually going to reach to clear out Mr. Fallen. They opt to go underneath instead. Mr. Fallen may just look to try and find one. Has a drone of his own, but
got one KO flash.
They're going to have to try and peek off of this. Has managed to attack, but all of the players...
Dude, Safe has an Omen flash.
At the moment. Mr. Fallen
wrecks all of this, right?
on his own. Wasn't able to get anything done.
Yeah, there we go. Lovely swing off the Omen flash.
Completely blind as well. The counter utility looking fantastic, but they still have to be careful. Cracks now. The last one left, and they're going to make it look quite easy
start
in
into
the
this,
end.
yeah.
The vitality climb continues.
Bonus.
Was it 6-0 down? Yep, they're back.
They really are.
6-0 down. It was an impressive beginning for FUT, and honestly a worrying one, because as I said, you will have a lot of favorite awards. FUT, people will think they'll dominantly win, but the other perspective,
I mean, this all came down to the duel on short for me.
Fantastic roster, one with a lot of potential, and so far I don't.
Obviously, the original strat from Vitality was nice.
So far, I haven't seen them be a great team. We're waiting for that day. We know that it's around the corner. As Sal said, they were getting there earlier on.
And they forced them down to an eco. We get 4 sheriffs, 1 dinger. Recon middle, trying to punish over towards here. Yeah, it takes the timing, so they think they cleared middle, but he walks into it. With the Killjoy, but it's like, I don't care in bonus, man. In bonus, sorry, in low buy, bonus, ecos, do what you want.
Very slow, waiting for FUT to make the first move.
Yeah, last week was when we saw Vitality finally get themselves up onto that board. Obviously, their group was a little bit rough when it came to kickoff. Fnatic being in there, facing off against Gentlemates and just not
gonna
quite
get the stack here, but I mean, they still have
now with Trex an initial loss.
They gone in without the drone.
And then a resurgence. They've got to be careful though. Again,
they just absolutely sent it.
Nyon spot on. They've got the whole of their team surrounding this site. Yedajay, the youngster, has found a couple already, and this is looking deadly, dangerous for the side of Vitality. Not really the time you wanted to sort of have a blip on the radar, but finally Trex will find a response. But look at the HP.
This is kind of nice though.
He's got the SMG, but he's actually going to lose
that
fight.
Oh, just Spike wanted to go all the way over towards B, drops though. And Cena probably wins from positioning.
It basically just comes down to him getting the kills at this point, because anything more, and he's going to run out of time, and Cracks knows it as well. He falls
nicely done from FUT. Man, Vitality needed to relax a little bit. Runners going in before they have a drone to see if it's a stack. Were they really convinced in their map control that there wasn't a stack here? 50 seconds left, you just fully send it.
And late in the game, and this is a disruptive play as well. Vitality give them over a couple of weapons, lose out on that round, and now come back to what is
that was really off. He also double used his smoke, like really early when there was, and still managed to get hit by the recon. Like it needed to be way chiller here. Like if you want to dash in early, sure, but then delay your smokes for a drone or anything.
We were going to see Sender try to sneak up inside.
I would prefer just to wait for a drone, to be honest.
Against this guy, but possibly he will attempt that after the recon goes through.
One is low on these 3 from FUT, and okay, big swing rounds. 7-9.
That little bit of extra info. Door going to be closed. This space is given, and as of right now, there is nobody defending it. We're going to see the peaks coming out from Cracks.
Kill set up on short.
And the drone.
They're the good mollies. You can make it touch every corner.
Broken, but it doesn't really give much information. You spotted the lurker. It's where the lurker's expected to be.
Nice deep shock as well.
Doesn't hit the
recon was destroyed earlier on. You see them still there with the drone. That's the time to do it. Shocks have gone through. Now the knife confirms they're still here.
Flash over towards middle.
A little late on the chase, but Vitality have left.
And question mark created over towards here. So with that, you know that you pull 1 over towards A at least, and you've got a 2-1-2 on the defense, which means that A should be weaker, so now you can hit into A, knowing, in theory, that there's 2 here, but this delay means that Cena can get back there and save. I mean, Trex did great though, he's kind of at least capitalized on safe going for it.
But gets them into a 3v3, but the third player of FUT is desperately far away. Seen it about to be pressured. They actually
If Krax gets a kill, he gets his ult that will cancel Trex's ult.
Now there is still the Hunter's Fury available.
So we gotta keep an eye on Trex.
And he's gonna pop it immediately. I wonder if there'll be some sort of counter.
Damn, bro.
Krax again. He's been so good.
Or he can just go in and just duel everyone. Holy hell, nice retake on this one. I mean, this is a straight up shot, to be honest. Yeah, and should this guy A main be facing like that? I mean, maybe. I would have to look at it again.
Now it's definitely come to an end.
They just couldn't get past Mr. Fallen. You know, the recon, the drone, the support that was coming in as well.
Yeah, and that's the massive round, like we said. So we'll see what these two are going to buy. There's 2 people that can't buy. 3 people can buy, like, pretty good into it.
On the way back, though, we can see it wasn't too much easier.
Yeah, that flash shot was everything.
The beautiful thing about this is that this was FUT's backup plan almost. Those rotates coming through. It came down to desperation because the initial play was having short utility. No one saw it. Having a short utility to slow them down, which did slow them down for a moment, and then crunching on A main. So just as they're going for the split, both sides of A, they'll be pushing in. You slow one side, you fight the other, and you completely dismantle their push. And they didn't. They got 1 kill.
Knife goes in and hits the jet. That's so good.
It's
like kind of what you want.
It's set to storm the A site, but great resilience by the
You'd
remaining
imagine
players
maybe
to pull
jet
that one off.
rotates off. Recon goes in. They've been using this recon a good amount as well.
Back off against
Eco.
low buy, but there are some
Eco recon with the
also
flash on top.
Spot, that's not the start.
Hey, relax yourself, man.
You're
against Eco. Relax yourself.
When they face up against this man.
Alright, you do you, man. You go for it.
Farm up those eco frags. Still got a very long way if he's going to catch up to Krax, who is a mile ahead of anybody. But
what's he doing?
What's he doing? Normally he wins them all. Trax again has been able to deny him. It's going to pick up a rifle as well. So I have to be careful not to overface this one, but the trade again from Krax is sublime.
Oh, there's the stabs.
Gives him a gun, makes all of this doable, gets his ult. Well, we know who to blame if this one goes wrong. Oh, man.
But I think the main thing is that
I was worried about this being the overheat, let alone when he goes over towards here. This is nice and fast early there from U to J. Yeah, probably shouldn't expect him here. Okay, nicely done. It's all good. No one has to worry. Still fine.
Against another round online for FUT, 11-7.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he faked the nano swarm there. He popped it just as he walked past it, so that Safe's never going to look
there.
It
was smart.
Who in their right mind pops their own nano swarm? He's like, oh, he thinks I'm just about to get there, and then he's right in front of him. Again, the youngster shows how big his brain is, even just within the last few seconds of the round, but he knows what he's done. But again, these are just the rounds where you have CNED, you have Krax.
Good timeout just before the big buy round.
And that is the thing I've been most impressed with. Is why we always
yeah, it's like a must-win round. Oh man, again, if other regions watch this, people from production, this is the best thing about EMEA. The fact that when we get a timeout, I get to see all of this. The best thing ever. Best of both worlds. Get to see all of this stuff, and we get to look here.
Whether it be the supportive flashes.
Okay, so ults.
Right now. And just you even saw the retake in the prior round. Was that like crazy util or all of this? No, they put a lot of ults and he ran in and just killed 2 people.
And then
CNED went, I'll grab the last one. Like,
Killjoy ult for Killjoy ult, but they can cancel their Killjoy ult, so if they haven't fought that far ahead, you could punish them with that.
Throughout the season, it's like sometimes we look at the strategy that FUT are coming in with and go, well, that's not going to work. And then they go, you remember who we got on our team?
It's everything else.
It wouldn't work.
It's so nice though, look at it.
Anyone else?
We've seen people try it and fail. And no doubt people have gone into scrim, said, oh, I saw this thing on VCT.
Yeah, I'll try the FUT com.
Why isn't it working? Well, you're not these guys. You're not Krax.
No.
22 and 11, 10 assists. And a lot of those have been ones that you can't help but call out.
Alright, let's see the plan, because FUT need to think a little bit far ahead. I mean, honestly, it goes pretty deep this one, because it's like Killjoy ult into Killjoy ult, then that could get cancelled by the Sova ult, but then that Sova ult could get cancelled by the KO ult. So it's kind of a lot of mind games in this. One team could keep this pretty simple if they wanted. Oi, oi, oi. Or we can just duel everyone with an Odin.
Yeah, no, perfect position. He's spamming a smoke. with the most traceable weapon in the game.
I reckon they just thought they were going to play retake over towards A, so they just went for like a... Dude, some of these XX when I'm watching for Vitality,
they do
this looks so off.
very interesting.
Didn't look like people were ready for
It
this.
seems to work, and Vitality has
Every single time it feels like runners going in a little bit too early.
Stuck behind the smoke. There's currently an Odin and an Hop spamming bullets through the smoke. Oh, what do you even do at that point? You go, well, I should be able to win this fight. I should be able to work out where he is and trace it.
Big rounds. The coach just calls a timeout, and it just gets so wrecked by an Odin.
So they can just try and get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what's gonna happen. Four kills with an Odin, most of which were through a smoke.
And Alethea flawless,
I mean, the first two were legit.
So Icebox, you know, I think that's where Vitality have a pretty good chance. And this, what do you do? What do you do?
I mean, actually melted the first guy, fair play.
Absolutely outrageous.
Oh, he's just
Is there no, like, am I missing a flash here?
Mr.
Maybe there was a flash and I missed it, and he's just playing anti-flash before he swings.
Not to love watching this team play.
Might have been like that.
You support
I mean, I imagine it was
for
that.
Vitality. Then it's probably
Okay, 5 chances
quite a painful experience
to finish this one.
As an Odin enjoyer,
that's so much
I always
info. That's
enjoy
the double
Mr. Fallen
ults.
playing this game. But today he has done things that I'm not sure I can sign off on. I don't want to see anyone in my ranked games playing on A heaven in the open.
Towards A
with an
main.
Odin in hand,
Safe gets
but
in the
maybe I
one
should
way and
want
jumps
that,
on the other
'cause they're
side.
12 and 7,
By Joel.
5-round gap, and Vitality, well, they've still got that lockdown, still got their Hunter's Fury, and the Blade Storm came online. Even kicks one away from getting his own, but FUT definitely not shy in terms of response power, and so
they'll try and wall back anything.
Literally
like, genuinely anything.
This team is disgusting in all the best ways.
Yeah, and they still got a lot of info towards mid.
Vitality to come up with something. They've had these ults for the last 2 rounds, not really been
How does this
in a
go?
position to use them. I think that was why he was actually A heaven. He was going to spam that.
In between them both, so you can see if people are short or Jenny. Dude, it's happened again. Man, Runner's getting really wrecked, and then he missed his TP.
Like, that was not the idea. That's gone wrong.
Okay,
Everything
give me the
else.
next
He's
map,
just
man.
roaming the site. Finally, he's been put down by Trex, but the pop flash is perfect again. And
Okay, lovely from FUT. Pretty dominant on this one, especially when they got over towards the defense side.
In the middle, Mitch, but they bring it back.
It was like a nice comeback at the beginning.
And head into
And then,
Icebox.
Yeah,
yeah,
there were some bumps in
kind
that
of failed on
road,
attack.
but, well, third